Hello, crew. I am back. I am back in the land of living. I am back in my country, and it is so cool to be back here with you on my normal live at my normal time. I've really missed you guys. It's only been a couple of weeks, but it feels like sort of forever. I don't know how you feel about it, but it feels like I haven't been here for a very long time, although I did go live while I was away, just not as often. Hello, Sean. How are you? Welcome back. Yeah, we missed you. Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Rob. Hey, Helen. Welcome back. I really appreciate that, guys. As you are coming in, please say hello. Put the palm tree emoji down. We've been missing the palm tree and the fishy. If you're in my private Facebook group, put that down below as well. I have had a whirlwind of a couple of weeks. So I just want to share a little bit of that with you guys today. But I just do want to reiterate how good it is to be back. It's funny when you get into a routine and you connect with certain people almost on a daily basis. How much I missed you guys. Like, it really felt weird sort of not going live every day, even though I was flat out sort of virtually the whole time I was there. It is awesome to be back. So while I was away, some of you may know that I scheduled premiere videos the entire time for the 2 weeks that I was away. At the normal time I would go live. And what was really interesting is even, hey Tony, how are you? Oh, you missed me too. Awesome. That's lovely. Thank you very much for that. Some people who even follow me regularly was still interacting with me as if I was live, although you would probably notice if you caught any of those videos from the last couple of weeks, I was actually back at my window, and a lot of them were with Harley. So you could sort of tell, hang on a minute, where's her hat? Where's her palm tree? She's got Harley. Harley's shrunk. So that's sort of the premiere videos. My 12 a.m. was not the same. Well, I'm back now, Rob, so it's going to be cool to be on here live with you again. But thank you for such a lovely comment. So I guess my assessment on the premiere video for you guys in your businesses, like, it was a really cool tool to use when you commit to going live at a certain time. Like, I didn't want to just not show up for a couple of weeks. And so you got the benefit of the premiere videos, but I also went live, a few times sharing with you sort of what I was up to. But there was some of those premiere videos that got the same amount of views that I would get normally going live. So how cool is that? So I would just reiterate to you that feature, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a feature on Facebook called Premiere Videos. And what that enables you to do is, if you've committed a time to go live, but you can't make it for some reason, you're sick or something comes up, but you've already committed to going live, that you can schedule a previous Facebook Live that you've done or a pre-recorded video that you've done, but it shows up as if you're live. So people are talking to you as if you're live. Just the one downfall is, obviously, I'm not interacting back with you because I'm not live. But it was pretty cool because, a couple of those videos got just as many views, which they don't normally, as if I was going live. So it was still cool, valuable information. So a really big tip for your business, guys, use premiere videos. Now, have I done the training for you guys on that, on actually how to do it? I can't remember. Rob, you'd know, probably more than anyone. Hey Anna, how you going? Lovely to see you on live. It is insane, Sean, isn't it? Rob, let me know, have I done an actual training for you guys on how to schedule the premiere video? I may have, but if I haven't, let me know. I think, Rob, you'd know. I have. So it's in there somewhere. Okay, because I was thinking I'll do that later in the week if I haven't. But obviously I have. So there is a video floating around. It's probably maybe in the social media strategies for home business owners, my private Facebook group, my free group. If you're not in that group, just request to join the group, because I do all sort of little training videos like that to help you actually execute sort of things in your business. Hey Robin, how are you? Anna, thank you. I have done it. Awesome. So, Robin, you've just reminded me. A reminder for you, for some of you guys watching now, in just under an hour, I'm going live with all the crew that are in my branding course, because I'm reviewing all their Facebook pages. So that's in under an hour, and I'll look forward to seeing a lot of you guys that are in my branding course on that call in under an hour. That's going to be pretty cool. So that's where I review sort of Facebook pages, and we work out branding and, you know, whether their branding's on track and all that kind of stuff. So I'll see you guys soon on that. Now, if we are meeting for the first time and you don't know who the hell this woman is with this silly cap on, hey Catherine, how are you? I am Helen Martin, and I am your online crew captain. Your online crew captain has been AWOL for a couple of weeks in Orlando. Hey David, how are you? David was in Orlando with me. He was one of the students in the workshop, and it was so awesome to meet you in person, David, and be able to hang out with sort of some of the students. So I'll get to that in a sec, but if you don't know who I am, it's Helen Martin here from helenmartinonline.com, and what I do is help home-based business owners leverage social media, use modern online strategies to build their business. No more spam, no more old school tech, you know, sort of tactics and strategies, just really leveraging social media and using modern strategies to build your business. It's much nicer that way. David, absolutely incredible. That's so cool to hear, David. So just to explain what I've been up to, and I just want to share a little bit of my journey with you, because it was such an incredible experience, and I would encourage any of you, if you've got opportunities in front of you that enable you to travel, no matter how scary that is, regarding distance, time away from family, cost, all the rest of it, usually the rewards outweigh, you know, the fear factor of, you know, sort of going. Whenever I go on a trip like that, it's a huge sort of investment from me, time, money, all the rest of it coming from Australia. The trip that I've just done is my 4th trip to America this year alone. I've done 6 trips in under 18 months, which is huge because it's not close. Believe me, it is not close. I've got the mileage and the hours and the bags under my eyes to prove it. I had a hell of a trip coming home. So I'm not sure if any of you saw that post, but it took me more than 35 hours to come home. The longest leg for me was San Francisco to Sydney, which is about 16 hours. The plane was packed, like it was jam-packed, which you never want. I always get on those flights going, please don't sit next to me, please don't sit next to me. I want an empty seat, I want an empty seat, or I want 2 empty seats. I've only ever had that once, where I actually had 2 empty seats, and I actually laid down and slept, and it made such a difference from when I got to, you know, the other end, when you can just sort of stretch out, because it's not much fun sleeping like that for 16 hours. Not that there was much sleep going on, but anyway, I digress. So some of my sort of biggest takeaways from sort of the experience, really first and foremost, is spending time with your tribe, spending time with people that are like-minded to you, on the same journey as you, have that entrepreneurial flair. Well, in my case, in sort of where I went, and I guess if you don't know what I did, I am connected to a company in America that has a community of over 7,000 people in it, and they're all building their business online. They're all home-based business owners building their business online, and they're entrepreneurs that maybe even they currently work full-time now but are trying to build a business on the side, you know, a home-based business, network marketing business, you know, direct sales. Some of them are even in traditional business, but they're trying to build it sort of online. And I am a mentor for many of the students in that community. So when I say mentor, I do a lot of calls from here in Australia to people overseas, like David that's online with us today, live with us today. And so we talk through strategies and tactics and, personal development and shifts and stuff like that. So I mentor a lot of very high level students in this community about how to build a business online. Hey Sandrine, thank you for welcoming me back. I appreciate that. So a lot of these students I have never met in person until I went to Orlando. And I can't tell you how rewarding it is to meet people like David in person, have a chat, and, just know the impact that I'm making on their life. Like the feedback that I got from the students was just so overwhelming. It was really, really, really rewarding sort of trip for me. So the first few days of the trip was as a mentor of this company, this mentorship company, which I highly recommend anyone building a business needs to be associated with this company. So if you want to know a little bit about, that community and that company, thanks Megan, really appreciate that. Lovely to see you on live. Then just put the word mentor down below and I can sort of get you connected to that community. But as a mentor of that community, they got the owners of the company, the mentors like me, and they've got coaches as well. Put us all in the same room and we were locked down in training from sort of 9 a.m. till about 7 p.m. at night, and then we did dinners afterwards, learning all very high level mind models. So what I mean by that is, you guys would know if you've listened to me for a while how I harp on about how important personal development is and personal growth, and that we are the only ones responsible for our life, correct? Do you agree with me there? If you do, send me some likes and loves or put some palm trees down below, that it's all about self-responsibility. No one can build my business but me. No one can get out of my own way but me. No one can take the action in my business but me. And the way I think and my self-belief and whether I believe I can do it or I believe I can't do it, that's probably going to be my reality. You get that? So if you get that, send me some likes and loves. Yeah, correct, Rob. So the importance of... and what we were learning is the difference between mind models and mindset. So what we talk a lot about and what we talk about a lot about in home-based businesses is this word mindset. And I've used it a lot as well. But mindset is very internal. It's very, about how we feel and all the rest of it. Mind models is more external and really working out how to change your life. How to actually take the action that you want to take to get where you want to go, in your business. It's really, really powerful stuff, guys. Some of it I've touched on before in some of my trainings, because if you follow my training, you know that I do like a personal development, personal growth topic once a week, which is usually today at the beginning of the week. Now, I'm not going to go into detail today because there's lots of what I learned over those 3 days, but I'm going to share that information with you in the coming weeks. So I want to give you some of the knowledge that I've learned about how I can shift myself, my beliefs, my self-worth, my choices, my action to move my business forward. And I can share that information with you. So hopefully it could, can help you in the future too. Does that sound good? If that sounds good, put some palm trees down below for me, because one of the things I said before I left on this trip is I wanted to share my journey with you, which I did in part, but it's also about bringing home the information and sharing it with you as well. I'm not sure if any of you saw the video, but in those first few days, I did a tour of one of the houses. So that group that I was with, the owners of the company, the mentors like me, and the other coaches, like there was just over 20 of us. And so the company hired 2 houses in Orlando in this beautiful sort of complex. And we lived with each other for 3 days. And that was so cool. I do have to say, I have not laughed as much as I have in the last 2 weeks, but that really is because I've been surrounded by people that are very like-minded. We've got the same goals. We're all striving for the same things. We all uplift each other, and we're all encouraging each other. So in that, we also have a lot of fun. So this is where I said in the beginning, one of the most important sort of things that I got from this trip is you've got to mix with your tribe. You've got to mix with your crew. You've got to, if you're in a network marketing company, make sure you go to the events. And I know, that's all rah-rah, and people say, you've got to go to the events, you've got to go to the events, but it's not necessarily so much about the event. It's the networking with people that get you. An entrepreneurial journey can be very lonely because 99% of the population are taught to do the 9 to 5, to go to work, get paid for a job, and go home. And that's the norm. So when we go into home-based business, we're entrepreneurial, we've got a flair for something different, or we're building something on the side because we see the benefit of residual income. We have an insight for something more than the 9 to 5. It's just not the normal. Do you get that? Have you ever felt that before, where you know that what you're doing is not necessarily approved by society? Or have you ever felt that because you're in network marketing or direct sales that somebody sort of put you down for that, or you're in that type of business? But when I go to America, and this is not my network marketing company event. This is, it is a lonely road sometimes. It's people doing what I'm doing with building a business online. So we're taking our businesses and really moving into the online world and working out what works in leveraging social media. And how do we do that to be successful? So mingling with those kind of people really fills my cup. Every time I go to America and come home, it's like when I'm home here, not that my cup gets depleted, but, a lot of the people that I mingle with and associate with and mentor, particularly the students, are not in Australia. So to be able to mingle with those people in person, it's just such a special, rewarding experience. So make sure you put yourself in that environment, guys, if you're an entrepreneur doing a business on the side, because if you stay alone for too long, then that's where your thoughts can actually, get depleted because you're not filling your cup with people around. Am I making any sense whatsoever, guys? Please send me my some palm trees down below. Who did I forget? Hi, Henry. I almost called him Harley. Hi, Henry. Anyone say hello to Henry? Henry's been sitting here for the last 2 weeks all on his own with nobody to love him, no one to talk to him. So, I just sort of knocked him there. Tony, you love being your own boss. Good for you. Sean, no one wants to work 40 hours a week for 40 years. Yeah, but how many people do? So it takes guts to do something a little bit different. So, congratulations to you guys for having, the foresight and the insight to do something different. But don't be alone in that journey, guys. Please don't be alone, and make sure you fill your cup with, going to experiences like I just have in Orlando, mixing with people that get you, understand you. You can have conversations with about business, getting business skills, all that kind of stuff. Yes, very relatable. Awesome. Tony, yes. Awesome. Cool. So that's one thing. So mixing with sort of like-minded people. The second thing was the power of mind models, which I'm not going to go into today, but in the coming weeks, I'm going to share with you some of that information that I learnt. So it's my mentors that taught us that information. So the owners of the company that I mentor their students in America, I hope you're following me, it's their mentors. So this is very high level mind model stuff. So I'll share that with you sort of in coming weeks. What else? And, there's just so much that I could share with you. I can't share it all with you today. But after I finished that 3 days with learning sort of the high level mind model stuff, then I moved on to a workshop with a lot of the students that I mentor. They were attending this workshop and I helped co-facilitate that workshop. And so that gave me the opportunity to do something different. I used to facilitate, I used to lecture, I used to run my own training organization, and I haven't been in that environment for a long time, like physically in front of the classroom type thing. And it was so cool. Like, I had so much fun with it and I really relished the opportunity. I stepped outside my comfort zone. I took action even when I was a little bit fearful too. I did a Facebook Live in front of all the students. Like, I could have stuffed that up, and I actually did stuff it up a little bit because I was going to do something and then I forgot to do it, and I got to the end of the live and went, oh, I forgot to do that. But it was pretty cool because it was me showing the students, well, nothing's perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, and that's okay. But really the biggest thing with doing something like that for me and having the opportunity to co-facilitate a workshop, even though it's not comfortable, is one, stepping out of my comfort zone, and two, the only thing that's ever going to move you forward in life, in business, in relationships, in finances, all that kind of stuff, is actually physically taking the action and doing what you need to do. So what we can do in particularly the online world is we can learn a shitload of stuff, can we not? You can listen to me all day long. Well, no, that might get a bit boring, but you know, you can listen to videos, and you might have a number of people that you listen to online. You might have a number of emails that you've subscribed to. You can listen to training on training on training on training on training. I've done it myself. I still do it. I get engrossed in training. When you're doing that, you're not taking action. What is the only thing that's going to move you forward? What is the only thing that is going to get you out of overwhelm? What is the only thing that is actually going to help you make more money? What is the only thing that is actually going to make a massive difference in your life and your business? Anyone? I just told you. So someone needs to put it down. Oh, Tony, thank you for your lovely comment. You're a great mentor. There's a bit of a delay, so maybe somebody's put it down. But the only thing that's going to make a massive difference in your life, in your business and everything, Sandra, in your comment just popped up at the exact time I was about to say it, because there's a delay with the comments coming up. Taking action. David said it as well. Taking action. So it's doing the things that scare you. It's learning something, but not only learning it and walking away from like a workshop or walking away from all the conversations I had with my fellow entrepreneurs and fellow mentors and think that's a really good idea. I can come home with that and go, that's a great idea. But if I don't do anything with that information, what use is it to me? So taking action is really, and I know that sounds so simple, guys, but what is simple to do is really simple not to do. But it's the one thing that is going to help you progress in whatever it is that you want to progress in, because you need to take the action to make mistakes. Mistakes is what it helps you move forward. Mistakes, failure. Is failure bad, guys? Failure's not bad. Failure's a learning curve, but unless you take the action to fail to learn, how are you going to ever know what to do, moving forward? So it really is all about the taking action. For me, it's getting on a very long, very expensive airplane. Well, 3 of them. It takes me a long time to get to Orlando, but just, I'll finish off by saying, take risks, guys. Take risks. Do things that scare you. Every time I do a trip like that, I come back with a bigger reward than what I invested in to get there. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Rob, it's all part of the journey. Now, that's a very, very good point, Rob, because people forget the journey that you're on and the highs and the lows. It's all part of the journey. All people want at the end of the day and their focus on is more often than not the money. It's what they want at the end. I want a fabulous business and earn lots of money. Well, of course you do. But if that's all you focus on, you're going to miss the journey. You're going to miss the opportunity, and you're not going to take the action you need here to get there, which means there never happens. Does that make sense? Send me some likes and loves if that makes sense. It's about the journey. I'm on a huge learning curve and a massive journey, and I love it, and I embrace it, and I take risks, and I put myself in situations that other people won't do. So if you want to have, my final thought, if you want to have what other people don't have, you need to do things that other people won't do. How many people would travel to America for their business? Like, it's not even, this sounds awful, but I've taken family holidays away from my family in the last year, really, because I've been traveling so much. We haven't had the opportunity to travel as a family as much. But I've got the longer term game in mind. Like, what I've learned from all these trips propels me to another level, connects me with so many students and people from around the world that I'm helping impact their life. And in return, they've got like David, you'd have no idea how much you impacted me in Orlando. It's a two-way street. But you've got to take risks, and you've got to get uncomfortable, and you've got to take the action to get there. Sal, what doesn't work is just as important as what does. Absolutely. I would actually, a lot of my journey, I'm not one of these people that gets success like quickly. I have to work at it. And things that I do, they often don't work out. So it's like, okay, that didn't work. Let's sort of rewind that and try it again in a different way. But you know what? I would much prefer to do that so I know what does work. People that get really successful really quickly often don't actually know how they got there or what was the winning formula that helped them get there. Because some people actually get lucky. Some people get the right people underneath them in network marketing. It wasn't actually their effort that made them successful. It was the people underneath them. Some people might have an absolutely amazing Facebook ad and they got lucky by making a mistake. But they'll never maintain it. At least if you make mistakes and you learn from them, your success will be more sustainable because you know what works and what doesn't. I hope you're following me. If you follow me with that way of thinking, just put the word follow down below because that's really important. Rob, sometimes you have to put things on hold for a short time. Yeah, absolutely. Like my family holidays. Like, do I feel guilt about that? Sure I do. My boys are only 10 and 11. We went to Bali 4 years in a row. So what do you think my boys say to me now? Why aren't we going to Bali? Why haven't we gone to Bali this year and, last year? Like, it's normal to them. They've actually been spoilt. But all the trips I've done to America, we can't then turn around and go to Bali with the family as well. So it's short-term sacrifices for something longer term that I'm building. So, picking up on what you said, Rob, that's how it's playing out for me as well. But as I said before, if you want something that most people don't have, you have to be willing to do things that most people won't do. And that's home-based business all over. That's being an entrepreneur all over. And I'm sure you understand what I mean. So that's a little bit of a wrap up of my experience, where I was, what I was doing, getting the mind model training to help facilitate, the workshop, the impact the students had on me, as well as knowing the impact that I have on them. Like, that was so rewarding, for me. So amazing experience. But it is good to be home, guys. It's good to be back on my regular lives, to be interacting with you guys again on live video. I've got so much cool training to bring you, in the coming days and weeks leading up to Christmas. It's really important. This time leading up to Christmas will have a big impact on what's happening in your business, in January, in the beginning of next year. So I want to focus on that as well and give you some good tips and strategies that you can focus on in your business now, which will help give you momentum going into 2019. Okay? So thank you for jumping on live with me and staying with me. I need to get off and prepare for my branding people, doing the page reviews for the branding people. So I will see you hopefully the same time tomorrow live again. So awesome to be back, guys. If you got any kind of value out of that, just put the word value down below and let me know. So love you, missed you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, guys. It won't let me finish. See? It still wants me to stay here.